This is Mac OS Ken.
Google pops on Siri talk, old phones get a new trick in iOS 26, and what the heck was my iPhone thinking? It's a new thing we're trying this Monday, the 25th of August, 2025. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by the Insta360 Go Ultra, a tiny, hands-free 4K camera. Go Ultra today at store.insta360.com with promo code MacOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSKen. Google shares got rocked in a positive way on Friday. That's when Bloomberg's Mark Gurman published a post that Apple is considering Google Gemini to power the smarter Siri for which we've been waiting since summer of 2024. 9 to 5 Mac highlights the report, which says the iPhone maker recently approached Google to explore building a custom AI model that would serve as the foundation for the new Siri next year. Secret sources tell Gurman that Google has started training a model that could run on Apple servers. How serious is this? Well, I guess as serious as the time Gurman said Apple was looking to open A.I and or Anthropic for a super Siri solution. Also, Apple may still go it alone. Internally, says Gurman, Apple is holding a bake-off to see which approach will work best. The company is simultaneously developing two versions of the new Siri, one that's powered by its own models and another powered by outside technology. I wonder if Apple doesn't want to do it itself because AI gets stuff wrong and Apple doesn't want its brand on something that'll just make up answers when it doesn't know them. Who knows? Remember last week when Apple raised the price of an Apple TV Plus subscription from $9.99 a month to $12.99 a month while keeping annual prices and Apple One bundle prices the same? And then Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani came out and said the move looked like a good one that'll help Apple lower the churn rates for their TV Plus offerings. And I wondered whether he was thinking people who were annoyed at the price increase would go either for the annual plan or an Apple One bundle rather than just canceling the service outright. MacRumors seems to be writing along Daryanani's lines. Basically, that site sees last week's price increase as increasing the value of the annual plan or the bundles. The reason is math. The site points out that users can now potentially save even more money by switching to Apple One as opposed to paying for Apple TV Plus and other services separately. The way MacRumors sees it, this is a win-win situation for Apple, which gains an instant revenue boost for customers who stick with the monthly Apple TV Plus plan, while boosting the appeal of its Apple One and annual Apple TV Plus plans with a higher spend or longer commitment. Like I said before, though, I have wondered how many people might simply cancel instead of sticking out the increase or trying another plan. Not surprisingly, Apple seems to have an offer for at least some of those would-be quitters. 9 to 5 Mac says users on Reddit are being offered a hefty discount to stick around for a bit. According to the posts, people looking to cancel are being offered Apple TV Plus for 2 months at $5.99 per month. That said, not everyone is getting that offer. Also worth remembering, the price will go to $12.99 a month after the 2 months discount. iOS 26 seems to have a bonus in store for you iPhone 16 owners. Cult of Mac says the upcoming operating system will unlock faster 25-watt Qi charging on Apple's iPhone 16 line, 16E not included. The iPhones in question already support 25-watt wireless charging according to the piece, but only with MagSafe chargers. However, the Wireless Power Consortium cleared the way for Qi 2 25-watt charging in July. The cult says that means the iOS 26 change will ensure iPhone 16 owners can use any compatible G2 25-watt accessory to wirelessly fast charge their device. In fact, the piece says the latest iOS 26 beta already adds support for the feature. It's unclear, though, whether that's for the latest developer beta or for both developers and public testers. All of that said, there's a pretty good chance that people wanting to take advantage will need a new charger. With G2 25-watt charging having just been greenlit last month, very few chargers on the market support the new offering. Apple's got a bone to pick with a former employee. Engadget says the Cupertino company is suing a former sensor system architect for Apple Watch who ditched and went to work for OPPO. Nothing wrong with doing that. People do it all the time, except Apple says this person took trade secrets with them to the new employer. The piece has Apple indicating that the current OPPO operator downloaded 63 files from one of Apple's protected folders and transferred the material to a USB drive before searching the internet for how to wipe a MacBook and can somebody see if I've opened a file on a shared drive. Additionally, Apple says before leaving, the former employee was talking to other Apple workers about their work on optical sensors, temperature sensors, and ECG sensors. Apple says they also told OPPO that they would collect as much information as possible about Apple's health sensing technologies. On top of all of that, they're said to have told Apple that they were going back to China to care for family and had no intention of getting other work. Seems more than likely that Apple would have limited the employees' access had Apple thought they were going to the competition. Having implicated both the person and the new company for which the person works, Apple is suing both, as well as a third company. OPPO is the one to have responded. The company gave a statement to MacRumors saying, "We are aware of the recent lawsuit filed by Apple in California and have carefully reviewed the allegations in Apple's complaint. We have found no evidence establishing any connection between these allegations and the employee's conduct during employment at OPPO." Well, it was said to happen before they worked at OPPO, wasn't it? That said, the company went on to say, OPPO respects the trade secrets of all companies, including Apple, and OPPO has not misappropriated Apple's trade secrets. OPPO will actively cooperate with the legal process, and we are confident that fair judicial proceedings will clarify the facts. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, Insta360, and their brand new Go Ultra, a tiny, hands-free 4K camera. How tiny? It's the size of an Oreo, weighing in at about 1/10 of 1 pound. How is it hands-free? Well, that's thanks to the magnetic Mount Anywhere system. If you can stick a magnet on it, a light post, a street sign, the fridge, you can stick the Go Ultra on it. Of course, that means you can wear it too, thanks to the included magnet pendant or the magnetic Easy Clip headband. That's your walk, your ride, your climb, all captured from your point of view in 4K, day or night. On its own, the Insta360 Go Ultra has a 70-minute runtime, but you can add up to 200 minutes by adding an action pod, which you can also use as a remote control and to see what shots you're getting. How did they get so much into something the size of a cookie? And that just scratches the surface of what the Insta360 Go Ultra can do. Ready to go Ultra yourself? Head to store.insta360.com to check it out. Then, the first 30 people to buy using promo code MacOSKen get a free set of sticky tabs. They let you mount where magnets won't do the trick. The first 30 people get a free set with your Go Ultra purchase at store.insta360.com using promo code MacOSKen. Show the world what you see the way you see it. Get the Insta360 Go Ultra at store.insta360.com. shop.insta360.com and use promo code MacOSCan. Vera Farmiga is headed back to Apple TV+, having headlined the limited series drama 5 Days at Memorial for the Cupertino streamer. Deadline has her heading back to the Apple fold for something decidedly lighter. According to the report, she's joining an untitled Mark Wahlberg project, a, hold on to your hats, sports comedy. Wahlberg is also no stranger to Apple, having headlined the action comedy The Family Plan for the streaming service. The material from which they're working is said to be based on a true story, straight out of Germany. Deadline says the original follows a father and his autistic son who wants to find a favorite Premier League soccer club and makes his father take him to see every single team so he can decide. While soccer seems like a natch for Apple TV+, they're apparently rewriting this one for basketball. A number of executive producers are listed in the piece, including NBA phenom LeBron James. When will it be released? Will it be straight to streaming? With not so much as a title at this point, you'll not be surprised to hear that release details are non-existent. While the Apple Watch Activity Challenge celebrating U.S. national parks has passed, Apple is offering more ways to celebrate and, of course, donate. 9to5Mac had the Cupertino company announcing a few national parks initiatives headed into the weekend. Some listed by the site include a new selection of Time to Run episodes for Apple Fitness Plus users, inspired by national parks, a collection of outdoor hiking apps in the App Store, as well as the app for the National Park Service, an Apple Maps guide featuring thousands of hikes in national parks, and a curated collection of podcasts and Apple Podcasts related to national parks. As for the donations, 9to5Mac says now through Friday, the 29th of August, Apple says it will donate $10 to the National Park Foundation for every purchase made with Apple Pay at Apple stores, in the App Store app, or on its website. This represents the 9th straight year of this initiative by Apple. There is usually a cap on such purchase-related donations. That said, no cap was mentioned in the 9to5Mac piece. And finally today, here's a weird thing. I went to a movie on Saturday. That's not the weird part. Saw The Naked Gun. Still not the weird part. The movie was not as Police Squad as the TV series, but was more so than the second or third Leslie Nielsen movies. I digress, and I'm going to keep doing that for just a minute. This movie is funny. Like a comedy from the 80s or 90s, but made today. Nods to the original content without pandering. Worth it if what you're looking for is just a good laugh. 88% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes and 2 thumbs up from me. So I put my ticket in Apple Wallet because that's always fun to me. I have virtual ticket stubs in my phone going back nearly 10 years, all the way back to The Force Awakens, when a galaxy far, far away still held promise. Got near the theater Saturday night and up pops the ticket on my lock screen, as expected. We went a little early to get a slice from the pizza joint next to the theater, then a gelato, then the movie, then home. Sunday afternoon, iOS hit me with a journal prompt. I should turn those off. I went back to handwritten journaling almost as soon as I started Apple's digital journal, but I keep them on for some reason, which leads us to yesterday's weird thing. On Sunday, my iPhone suggested I write about my visit to one of the 8 or 10 restaurants near the movie theater. Not only was it not the restaurant I had gone to, it didn't suggest I write about going to the movie, which the operating system practically knew I had done since it was in my wallet, and the operating system even sent me a reminder about it as soon as I got near the theater. I know our phones can't know exactly what we're doing exactly when, and I can't blame it for guessing the wrong restaurant. There were several in the area. But why would it not suggest writing about the thing for which it actually had a receipt, rather than guessing based on which restaurant at the shopping center I was randomly parked closest to. Is this Apple honoring a privacy wall? Or is it iOS not being able to figure out what 2 plus 2 equals? We should start a segment called What the Heck Was My iPhone Thinking? If you've got submissions, feel free to share. macOS Ken, brought to you by me, and sponsored by Insta360's Go Ultra. Go Ultra today at store.insta360.com with promo code macOS Ken. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can find me on Mastodon, macOSKen at mastodon.social. You can also send me an email, info@macosken.com. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.